Hi, welcome back or welcome to the channel. Apple just dropped the iPad and the iPad Pro. First, we're going to talk about the iPad, then we're going to talk about the iPad Pro. So let's get into it. Okay, as mentioned, it seems to the iPad actually seem to come in a variety of different colors. Now, it's hard to tell from on screen right now, but I don't know if the colors are, as dark as that, or if they're more lighter tint, or if they're darker tint than they are. But it's actually probably worth noting that this is the base iPad. It's not the iPad Air. It's not the iPad Pro. It's the base iPad. So the base iPad got a little bit of a design change, to look more in line with the iPad Air and the iPad Pro. So that is good. Okay, well, if I'm being honest, my mom is probably going to be a bit annoyed because she loves the home button. She swears by it. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys are sad that the home button is finally getting retired officially with the announcement of this iPad. Oh, and also Touch ID is on the side now. The power button is also Touch ID, which is interesting. It looks like for capacity, we'll be able to choose a 64 gigabyte or 256 gigabyte storage. There's no in between, which kind of sucks for regular iPad. But then again, if you're buying the base iPad, I feel like you might just want 64 gigabytes because it's, maybe like a casual or just play games every now and then iPad or give to your kids or something like that. But yeah, okay, so as far as weight is concerned, 1.05 pounds for the Wi-Fi models, and then 1.06 pounds for the Wi-Fi and cellular model. Like I said, the power button contains the Touch ID. Okay, camera on the back. Now, the thing here is that a smart connector. So that means it can actually use the cases, like it had its own special Follow case. I'll leave a link in the description below to the best representation of a Follow case I can actually find. But yeah, that is good. Smart connectors on the back of the iPad Pros and I believe Airs. So for it to come to the regular iPad is interesting. That means they must be trying to get people to potentially, get everything, emerge into the whole ecosystem, get the Follow case, which includes a keyboard, by the way, and a touchpad. So, not a touchpad, a trackpad. Same difference, I guess. And also, I also want to mention that the camera is here. So the camera is orientated for landscape mode, which I find interesting because the iPad Pro I have right now the camera is at the top if you're in portrait mode, but it's on the side if you're in landscape mode. I guess it doesn't matter too much in certain apps, but it's an interesting thing nonetheless. And it uses USB Type-C to charge. My phone doesn't even need the USB Type-C to charge, but my iPad Pro does, so that's a bit interesting. Display is 10.9. Look at those rounded edges you'll have there. It goes up to 500 nits brightness. Of course, the true tone display that we are all used to. And let's see, A14 Bionic chip, 6 cores, 4 core graphics. Okay, so it looks like even your basic iPad now is, honestly, that seems pretty brilliant if I'm not mistaken. Center stage? The basic iPad gets center stage? That's brilliant. Okay. For those of you guys that don't know what center stage is, let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to do a tutorial on it. But basically, what it is it's a feature that you can enable, that it automatically enabled rather, in FaceTime and other camera app that support it. What it does is the camera actually tracks where you are. So even if you move around a bit, the camera follows you. So it's supposed to keep you always in the center. So yeah, it's pretty cool that it has that. And yeah, it uses nano SIM and wait. Okay, so I'm gonna click on this so we can see the disclaimer about eSIM. Okay, so let's see. So this, you can use regular SIM or eSIM in the new iPad. The reason this is interesting because this is just the standard iPad, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, as we saw before, if you did want to buy it, it would start at $449. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, what you guys are waiting for, let's look at the iPad Pro, okay? The iPad Pro, here's what it said. Astonishing performance, incredibly advanced displays, super fast wireless connectivity, next level Apple Pencil capabilities, powerful new features in iPad OS 16, the ultimate iPad experience. Okay, so they show a game on here. They are showing quite a few things. Let's go into the specs right away. Okay, so you can choose from the 11-inch, iPad Pro 11-inch and iPad Pro 12.9-inch, silver and space gray. Now, capacity, you can choose 128, 256, 512, 1 terabyte, or 2 terabytes, which is, I'm interested that they have more options per se added on. Like they didn't drop the 128 or 256. They just added the 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. Now, I guess I should note that the iPad from the outside, the iPad Pro does look a lot similar to last year's model. But I want to see something interesting. So the iPad Pro, it looks like they opted to keep the camera here. I think that, okay, I could be wrong about this, but I feel like they're testing out the camera position on the cheaper iPad base level model. And if people like it enough, maybe then, we would see a drastic change in that. But yeah, and here we go. Everything looks just the same when it comes to that. It's still using USB Type-C, so that's very good there. Display, 11-inch or display 12.9 liquid retina display on the 11-inch, liquid retina XDR display on the 12.9-inch. And then, here's are the specs down here, ProMotion technology, so on and so forth. Now, the chipset they're using, M2 chip. 8-core with full-core performance and 4 efficiency cores, 10-core GPU, 16-core neural engine. Let's see, 100 gigabytes memory bandwidth, 8 gigabytes RAM on models with 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, or 512 gigabyte storage, 16 gigabyte RAM on modeled with 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte storage. So if you get a model with 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, you can get 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's pretty crazy. That brings it literally to computer levels. Literally, it's crazy. So yeah, this is very good actually. The camera settings are about the same as far as I can tell. Let's see, center stage, yeah. The speaker now, it looks like it will support eSIM as well. So that is good. In case you guys don't know, eSIM is the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max actually support eSIM only. eSIM is basically like, electronic SIM card. Instead of, having to use the SIM tray and stuff, you just use eSIM. And of course, 5G supporting, but that's no surprise because even the iPhone 12 supports 5G. But yeah, and that is just about everything. Face ID again. Honestly, I would have loved to see Face ID and Touch ID, as just an extra option. So you could choose either or if you wanted to. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it off here. What do you guys? What do you guys think? Are you looking forward to the new iPad, the new iPad refresh? Or are you looking forward to the new iPad Pro? Let me know your thoughts, comment section below. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the future. Later.